I was just on the phone with my friend Casey Toda. I sent him a message from Peachy earlier about how Peachy was saying that I was a test and she deserved better and she didn't. God, the only reason God put me in her life was to see if she would accept lower than what she deserved. And anyways, it got me pissed off and thinking about, you know, the reason it got me pissed is because you can't do nothing about that. You know, if somebody else makes up a decision or a paradigm in their own mind, and that paradigm creates negative consequences for you, you can't do nothing about it. It's a paradigm in their head. It's a belief in their own mind. You actually are a victim of their beliefs, whether you want to be or not. You could end the relationship, but that's kind of a bullshit answer, because if what you wanted was to have a relationship with them and they come to a paradigm that says you're something to get rid of, then they unilaterally get to take relationship away. And there is an unfairness or an asymmetry that blacklist always beats out whitelist. They're not apparently in uniform, you know, in their power. Whitelisting and blacklisting should be of equal power. But when it comes to humans, quitters always win. They always get their way. If someone wants to quit the relationship, they always win. Whereas the person who wants to have the relationship, they never get to win. How do you get to have a relationship with someone when they've decided they don't want a relationship? Well, apparently you can't. And that's not symmetric. That means it's unfair. But that's the world we live in. That's the rules that the Lord God has given us, apparently. They're fucked rules. Fuck those rules. But that's apparently the way it is here on this planet. Because there's no consequence to breaking an oath of your spoken word, or making an oath or a commitment or a pledge or anything like that. So as long as we allow pledge breakers or oath breaking to happen with no consequence, and our police and legal system do all the time, we end up with all this other bullshit. Peachy did give me her word. I made her do it. I'm a smart little fucking weasel, ain't I? But I made her do it. So she abso-fucking-lutely broke her word. Kathy did too. And Anita did too. So all three women that I've loved and that have broken my heart, all three of them, I can prove these things concretely every single time. They did violate their spoken word. They're going to try hard to want to make me be guilty of violating my spoken word, but I didn't, and I'm not. I haven't. I might have said things that made them feel uncomfortable, but I did not violate my spoken word. Or any oaths that I made, or pledges. The truth of that's going to make them more angry. So then they're going to try to attack me in different ways, because they're not going to like that. And they're not going to like that that's true. And so they're going to have to really, to let that slide, to let that truth slide, that they broke their word and I didn't, the consequences of that are going to suck for them. And they're not going to want to own those consequences. So they're going to want to do a counter action to counter out that. But they really can't. There really isn't anything. The only thing they can try to do is get me to violate my own word. So then we'll be equal violators of word. And then the whole thing gets dismissed. You know, that's the best they can hope for. Moving on, though. If the machine gun that Satan uses to shoot the earth is this repeat, I keep hearing a repeat sound. It's like a broken record. And it's relationship destruction. It's 90%, 85 to 90% from women ending the relationship. And the statistics at the National Census Bureau and all these other data pools do validate that women end relationships and marriages 85% of the time. And if they're college educated, it's above 90% of the time for the woman. If it's a college educated woman, they initiate up to 90% of the time the ending of a relationship. So men aren't the one doing it. So begs the question, if Adam in Eve, if Eve listened to Satan and Satan raised doubt in Eve and created relationship, pulling apart and destruction and calamity, and Adam followed her into it, but she led the way. If Satan attacked her first, which he didn't attack the strong one, he attacked the weak one, and he got her ear, spoke things to create doubt. Doubt increased in Eve. Once you cooperate with a thing the first time, it makes it easier to do it the second time. Once you've done it the second time, it's even easier to do it the third time. Once you've done it the fourth time, boy, is it easy to do it again and again and again and again. And the more you do a thing, the easier it gets. When is humanity going to realize that Satan's machine gun, that he just wages war against the good humans with, is creating doubt in women? And when are we going to do a World War size effort of campaign war to fight against that? Because World War II, we were dropping flyers. We had factories making the tools to fight the war. We had fucking fundraisers buying up bonds, war bonds. There was so many, it was so full, it was like a tapestry, a densely woven tapestry of effort to fight a war. Women working in factories, thousands of ships hauling resource across the ocean, even though they're getting blown up by submarines. We just kept sending them. Christianity in the year 2023 has never even crystallized that there's such thing as a machine gun bullet from Satan, let alone saying what it is. It's doubt being created in women. And it can be doubt in men. There's feminine men who act like women and will allow doubt to raise in them.